Well, this video certainly looks and feels a lot different than last year's rifle video, but that's okay. I promise it's still a good video. As I sit here tonight by the fire, 4 days after the season, I have exactly as many 30-06 rounds as I had 3 weeks ago, and you know what, that's okay with me. So I thought I'd throw together a little recap of the last 16 days of Vermont's regular rifle season, and I really hope you enjoy it. Make sure to stay to the end of the video. I'm actually going to prepare some venison in a way that I've never tried and that you've probably never even heard of. So please enjoy this video. Let's do it.
Do you see any buck sign that way anywhere?
Nothing. There's a couple of trails that were cutting across, like going from the posters down to the apple orchard, but no buck sign, no rubs. I'm on top of the hill right now, on top of the ridge. The turkeys have scratched this place bare. Like, there's a ton of acorns up here.
Yeah, I got into the areas where there's quite a bit of acorns, but I only got old rubs, maybe from either last year or early this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down to that road where I usually sit and see if there's any scrapes and sit near it, I guess.
What's up, Mark?
I'm thinking this is probably it for me. I'm gonna start heading back.
Yeah, I just started on my way out.
10-4. No opening day match today. Oh well. If this spot looks familiar, it's because it is the exact same spot with the exact same bucket that I shot that spike-horn from last year. But I walked on that logging road and they usually like to scrape it, but I didn't see any buck sign coming in. Not a lot of deer sign at all, so hopefully we just get lucky when one walks by, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen today. And it is wet out here. hold on, hold on. Gotta load up my gun in case there's one. Okay. In case there's one in the field when we get out of here. But more likely in case I need to return fire. God damn it, why do I keep forgetting? Can you break the lock for me real quick? I think these Alzheimer's moments where I forget to put my belt back on. I don't know why. Alright, that's all. No more law breaking. No laws will ever be broken at this farm. Ever. Not one.
Alright.
Well,
I'd say good luck, but
I don't need luck.
I don't think this place has.
I'm gonna shoot a deer. I don't know about you. We had to mix it up here a little bit. We weren't seeing any deer on the state land, so came down to the farm where we've been hunting for 6 or 7 years now to probably also see no deer. So I guess we're just gonna have a good sit in some wintry mix. See what happens. Alrighty. I still got about a minute, but I'm gonna get down now. It's getting dark. All I hear is coyotes. Day 2, no deer. Stay tuned. It's way louder out here today with the frost on the ground. But I'm heading to a spot I call Red Bucket. It's a bucket that I found. I didn't put it there, but we're on state land. And I can see a little bit to the east, so I'm going to sit there just because I don't want to make so much noise getting to the spot I usually sit. But as soon as I get cold, I think I'm going to go for a walk to that other bucket on the other end of the property. But just going slow right now. I don't want to sweat because it's 28 out right now. And I got like 40 pounds of camera stuff on my back, so it seems kind of dumb right now because I haven't seen a deer yet, but that could change pretty quick. Stay tuned. cows and 3 does. I don't think they spook too bad. Ooh. That's enough to get your heart racing, though. Holy smokes. Just standing here looking this way, and all of a sudden, I heard a stick crack behind me. Dude, those are a couple of big does. Looked like a skipper in there, too. Wow. Whew. Broke the dry spell. I'm gonna stay here all day now. Damn. Alright, well, we're gonna keep moving. Stop letting balloons go. Not only do you look like an idiot, but it ends up in the ocean or in the mountains, and then I gotta pick it up. So cut this shit out. We're back over here on the high side of this public spot. Doesn't look like anyone's dragged a deer to here either. So I'm gonna go to try to hit the same spot I did last week. There's that clear cut. About a mile and a half in. I'm actually gonna go another half mile past that. Just keep going up, trying to get to a spot where no one's hunted yet. But it's a ways back in there. It's about just over 2 miles. So. It's gonna be terrible if I get one back there, but at this point, it's either that or I don't get one. So, see what happens. Looks like he's going back kind of the way I came, but these tracks are a couple days old. So he's in the area. I don't see another one, but just kind of surprising. Finally some fresh bucks on. I'm going to drop a pin here in Onyx. This is a pretty good buck track right here. He's rutting hard. That stuff smells. chasing a couple does. And I yelled at him, he didn't want anything to do with it. Holy hell. Well, that just about does it for me up here. I'm freezing, but that was easily the most exciting thing I've ever seen happen in the woods outside of shooting a deer. So we dropped some pins. We have a 2-mile trek back to the truck, so I'm gonna pack up and get out of here. I hunted hard for 4 more days after seeing this buck, and unfortunately I didn't see another deer to cap off my 2022 rifle season. Man, I really did want to kill a deer this year on camera, but I've been spoiled. I shot one last year and the year before, and if you're from the Northeast, you know that doesn't exactly happen every year. If that big buck on that mountain had just stopped for half a second, this video would look a whole hell of a lot different. But that's okay. For me, hunting isn't fun because you get to kill a deer or you're guaranteed to kill a deer. It's kind of everything else. It's being outside, it's waking up early, it's going to bed early, it's staying up late, it's celebrating with your buddies, it's all of it. And some of the parts that I like the most I think are the hardest to articulate. But it's not going to stop me from going out year after year after year until my bones cannot physically take me up into the mountain anymore, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Thankfully, I still have some deer left over from the spike horn I shot last year. Yeah, this deer. And if you're like me, you're a fan of the MeatEater brand. On a recent episode of the podcast, they talked about Mississippi pot roast. And I'll go into detail a little bit later here, but it sounds like the trashiest way you could possibly ever prepare a chunk of meat, so naturally I just had to try it for myself. So let's go give it a go. This is definitely one of the weirder things I've ever tried to cook, but here is everything that supposedly goes into Mississippi pot roast. The main ingredients being ranch seasoning, au jus, and pepperoncinis. I'm going to start off by roughly chopping these white onions and throwing them in the pot first with some raw garlic cloves and bay leaves. Here's the roast that survived the year in the freezer. It's about 6 pounds and it held up pretty well. So this is where we're gonna get a little weird. I'm adding 1 packet of ranch seasoning directly into the pot. Next, I'm going to pour in beef stock. I ended up needing 2 quarts in order to cover the roast. To finish off this monster of a meal, I'm adding about half a jar of medium hot pepperoncinis into the mix and topping off the roast with some juice from the jar. Everything smells fine so far, but let's just say I have my guard up. I'm setting this to low heat and I'm letting it rip for 7 hours. To go with the meat, I'm going to make a slaw. Normally I'd cut my own cabbage and carrots, but seeing as though I just carpet bombed my roast with ranch, I figured it'd be fine to get the pre-cut stuff. Since I think the roast is going to come out with a lot of flavor, I'm dressing the slaw with a mild mix of sour cream, mayonnaise, and lemon juice. I also threw in some dill and cracked black pepper to taste. Now that we're in the home stretch, I'm throwing some deli rolls in the oven for a few minutes before everything's finally ready. With all the work now over, it's time to chow down. To be honest, I figured this was going to be really good from the start, but the smell's even better than I was expecting. My plan from the get-go was to make pot roast sliders, so on each toasted bun I'm adding a pinch of slaw and topping it with a couple good chunks of meat, cooked onion and pepperoncini. I hit each one with a little jus for good measure. Well, there you have it, Mississippi pot roast. And yeah, that is the skull of the deer I just cooked. It is actually really good. It's not as overpoweringly flavorful as I thought it could be, and the pepperoncinis add a great zip to the venison. I'm sure if I gave him some, that Bailey would agree too. And of course, I would be doing myself, this entire dinner, and the great state of Mississippi a colossal disservice if I failed to mention that this entire meal goes unbelievably well with an ice-cold Bud Light. I should know. I've already had 4. Well, that's all I got. Thanks for watching if you made it this far, and please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. My name is Larry, and until next time, be good, people.